Hello friends, we are going to learn about the topic AWS Simple Storage Services, in which we are going to learn what it is, which kind of service level it follows or service layer it is in, and how it works. Amazon S3, that is Simple Storage Services. What it is? Amazon Simple Storage Service S3 is a global infrastructure as a service. That means it comes in infrastructure layer of the service model of cloud computing services. Solution provided by Amazon Web Services. So Amazon S3 facilitates highly scalable, secured and low latency data storage from the cloud. The Amazon S3 interface may be used for data storage or retrieval from any location and at any time. Amazon S3's flexible backend infrastructure eliminates in-house storage requirements and provides unlimited or add as you grow storage that is built per usage. See, as we all know, there is scalability in any of the cloud computing services. It is one of its quality of service parameters. That means scalability, elasticity, flexibility should be there, or it is mandatory when we are using cloud services. Mandatory because it provides that, and people go to cloud services for these features. So this Amazon Simple Storage Services, it provides, or it is in the infrastructure as a service layer. So it provides the scalability. Scalability, that means now you need, say for example, 20 TB of data storage capability. But as your business grows, you need more. So pay as you grow, use as you grow, all these things, and add space as you grow. All these things are provided with this particular service, that is Amazon Simple Storage Services. Now this has this interface also. That means you can store there your information, then you can retrieve there as per the requirement. So all these things is present there. Now retrieval and storage, it is not bound to one location itself. You can store anywhere in the world. See, here it is that now it has provided that you can store all over the world. That means globally, or global infrastructure as a service solution is Amazon S3. So it is highly scalable. That means now you need 20 TB. The next month, if you need 150 TB, you will be getting that space in Amazon S3. Then it is secured. That means your data or your information is preserved there, and the low latency. Now as we all know what latency is delay in the round trip time of a packet. So it has this low latency data storage. It provides low latency data storage in the cloud, which is a major feature of Amazon S3. Now what are the features and benefits of Amazon S3? First thing, it allows unlimited data and object storage of most data types and in a variety of formats. A stored data set, which is an object, ranges from 1B or 1 TB to 5 TB. It can be like from 1 byte, you can store data from 1 byte to 5 TB starting object storage. Then it provides reduced redundancy storage. As we all know what redundancy is. Redundancy is multiple copies of the same data that are created at that time. That means the duplication of data. Data duplication is redundancy. So it provides reduced redundancy, because redundancy is important in cloud computing so that your data is not lost, or it never gets lost. So it provides a reduced redundancy instead of like unlimited or infinite redundancy or multiple copies of your data. So the storage space will be like you will not need it, but still it is occupying your storage space. So it provides this reduced redundancy storage, which reduces latency by storing data in regionally segregated buckets. This saves resources and facilitates application efficiency for users in geographically dispersed locations. Strong authentication ensures the security of regionally stored data. We all know on maximum instances we use this REST API, or cloud use this REST API. Usually we have studied this in OpenStack architecture. Mostly this REST API is issued for the accessibility of other functions to be operated or done. So this provides this REST API and Simple Object Access Protocol, that is SOAP. Web service interfaces that are built to operate with any type of web development toolkit. Then nowadays companies want to collect, store and analyze their data which is large in amount. See, if you are collecting your data, then storing it, and again now analyzing that completely stored data. Say for example, in 1 month I am having a 5 TB of data in 1 month, and then I want to analyze it again, and then I want to store it so that I can go for a 6-month analysis or a yearly analysis for my store or my company. Then this will need a large amount of space because the data is in large quantity. So moreover, they want to provide the security to them. Now if that data is large, I don't want anybody to come and take my data from my company, because it is something which is very important to the company and the security of that information is the most. So security has to be provided to that data. The large storage problem brings complexities to the companies and slow down their innovation. AWS S3 stores the data in the large amount and provides scalability, durability and security. Here Amazon S3 works with the business process and it allows anyone to securely run queries of the data without moving it to separate analytics platform. That means if the company is opting for Amazon S3, that is AWS Simple Storage Service, so it will be provided, or it will store that data in large amount, and also storing, with the storing it provides scalability. That means you have this space, you can scale it up to the requirement. That means if you want this much now, then this, then this, then this, so it will be provided to the scale. Now you don't want this space, after some time you can reduce it to the required space. So this is scalability which is being provided by Amazon S3 with storing of large amount of data. Then another thing is durability. Now durability means it will stay there. That means the company can rely on that service. So it is durable. Then security. That means the information is not lost. After that, Amazon S3 also works with the business processes and it also allows anyone to securely run queries of the data without moving it to separate analytics platform. Now here anyone refers to the company analytics who want to analyze that data. So they can run the queries there itself and they do not have to create a separate analytics platform for that particular data or something information which they want to analyze. Amazon S3 lets you store an abundance amount of data and from anywhere. That means you can store data and it is not required that it should come from a single similar source. Say for example, if there is a store, the store is in Mumbai, so it is not limited that you have to store data of that store in some limited area only, or Amazon S3 will store the data of Mumbai store only. It can store the data of the store from Mumbai, from Delhi, Kolkata, Madras, Amsterdam, London, anywhere. Wherever you have those stores, the data will be stored there. It also provides integration from the largest community of third-party solutions, system integrator partner and other AWS services. Then what are the benefits of AWS S3? First thing, it has several benefits. Some of them is compliance capability. First one, Amazon S3 supports 3 different forms of encryption. First one, for auditing purpose, S3 provides a secure integration with AWS Cloud Trail to monitor and retain storage API call activities. Then Amazon Meshi is a platform by AWS which uses machine learning to automatically discover, arrange and secure the data in Amazon Web Service. Then S3, it also supports security standards and compliance certificates. This helps customers to satisfy compliance requirement for virtually every regulatory agency on the globe. Then second benefit is flexible management. Storage administrators help to arrange, report and visualize data usage. So this will help to monitor the data and reduce cost while improving the services. Amazon S3 along with AWS Lambda helps customers to log activities, define alerts and many more functions without managing any other infrastructure. That means the management of those applications or the data which is to be stored in AWS S3 can be done with a single AWS Lambda, and you need not to go on any other platform or any other infrastructure for that services which you want, or managemental activity which particular company wants to perform. Then another benefit is flexible data transfer. Amazon S3 provides myriads of ways to transfer data in Amazon S3. This is possible with the help of API which transfers the data through the internet. Direct connect is one of the major sources for the data transfer among S3, which helps to transfer data to the public as well as private networks. AWS Snowball provides a petabyte level data transfer system. So if you want to transfer data from one particular type to another, then Amazon S3 also provides different ways to do that, and you need not to go for any other thing for that particular purpose. So there is API which helps to transfer data through internet. Then there is one direct connect is one of the major sources for data transfer among S3. Then also AWS Snowball, it provides petabyte level of data transfer from one place to another. So there are certain methods which you can use in Amazon S3 itself, and you can transfer your data flexibly. That why flexibly? Because you have several options to do that and not restrict to just one way to transfer your data. So this is another benefit for Amazon S3. Also, Amazon Storage Gateway, that is Amazon Web Service Storage Gateway, provides the on-premise storage gateway which sends the data directly to the cloud through the premises of the user. Then another benefit is a systematic way of work. AWS S3 allows the user to run the big data analytics on a particular system without moving it to another analytics system. Amazon Redshift Spectrum allows the user to run both the data warehouse and the S3. AWS S3 Select helps the user to retrieve the data back which the user is in need of the S3 objects. Amazon Athena provides the user the vast amount of unstructured data to a user familiar with SQL. See, there are certain ways in which you can analyze your data which is being stored there in S3. You can run data warehouse as well as S3, or you can have that information in both data warehouse and S3 simultaneously. Then to retrieve data, you can use it, or you can retrieve it easily when it is an S3 or with the help of S3. Then Redshift, Amazon Redshift, it allows, now as we know that data warehouse and S3 run simultaneously, so this Amazon Redshift, it allows data warehouse and S3 to run both. And also then Amazon Athena, it helps to have or to access the large amount of unstructured data to a user familiar SQL. Then another benefit is durability, availability and scalability. Amazon S3 is most durable as it works on global cloud infrastructure. The data is transferred within 3 physical availability zones which are far away from the AWS region. The S3 is available in most of the places and it offers AWS customer an easier and effective way to design and operate applications and database. Uses of Amazon S3. There are several uses. Some of them are, the first one which we are discussing is data archiving. AWS S3 and Amazon Glacier helps the customer by providing storage facility to meet the need of compliance archives as the organizations need fast access to the data. To meet the system retention, Amazon Glacier provides write once, read much storage. That means Amazon Glacier, as we all know, is a cold storage type. So there you can store your data, you can write once and you can read as many times as you want from that storage. Your data is kept there and you can access it whenever you want. Lifecycle policies make transitioning data between Amazon S3 and Amazon Glacier storage classes simple. Then another use of Amazon S3 is large data storage and analytics. A large amount of data which can be of different types can be stored in S3 bucket and it can be used as a data lake for big data analytics. We all know what lake is. So here it is said that S3 bucket, and that S3 bucket where you have used or you have stored your data can act as data lake for big data analytics of your information which is kept there. AWS S3 provides us with many services which helps us to manage big data by reducing cost and increasing the speed of innovation. Another use of Amazon S3 is backup and recovery. AWS S3 provides highly durable and secure places for backing up and archiving the data. Amazon S3 and Amazon Glacier provide 4 different storage classes. This helps to optimize cost and performance while meeting the recovery point objective and recovery time objective. Now Amazon Glacier. What Amazon Glacier is? Amazon Glacier is extremely low cost, secure and durable storage service for data archiving and backup. It is designed to keep cost low and optimized for the cold data where the retrieval time is up to 3 to 4 hours. Now, what cold data is, which you do not need immediately and which is important but not frequently used. So, you store that data into cold storage, and that data is known as cold data, which is in Amazon Glacier. Within Glacier, the user can reliably store the small and large amount of data. In AWS Glacier, there is no limit for the data user stores. Moreover, the data is secure and can access easily. Amazon Glacier helps to protect the data by redundantly storing it on multiple devices using multiple facilities. AWS Glacier has a data integrity check which regularly monitors the data in the Glacier. It also provides security and fine-grained access to the data of the user with AWS access management policies. It automatically encrypts the data at rest with 256-bit advanced encryption standard. That means the security for the data is provided with this 256-bit encryption process or algorithm. The user also gets benefit of the storage location, as one can choose the location most suitable for the regulatory and business criteria. The tools which are available to store data and manage AWS also help a lot, such as SDK. Amazon SDK helps to upload the data directly to the Glacier. While using Amazon S3, the user can use Amazon S3 lifecycle policies to automatically load data to Amazon Glacier. It also helps such that if an industry has a storage facility, they can use Amazon ImportExport to transfer data to AWS Glacier. Third-party tools and gateways are also available through which the user can transfer the data to the AWS Glacier. It does not consist of any upfront cost and one can modify their used up and down. Now, what are the benefits of Amazon Glacier? The first one which we are going to discuss is great durability and scalability. Amazon Glacier runs on the world's largest international cloud infrastructure and was designed for 99% of sturdiness. Knowledge automatically distributes across a minimum of 3 physical accessibility zones that are geographically separated inside an AWS region, and AWS Glacier may automatically replicate knowledge to the other AWS region. Then the next one benefit which we are going to discuss is comprehensive and compliance capabilities. Amazon Glacier offers subtle integration with AWS CloudTrail to log, monitor and retain storage API call activities for auditing and supports 3 totally different sorts of encryption. Then comes comprehensive and compliance capabilities of Amazon Glacier. This is the another benefit of Amazon Glacier. So what we have in this is the Amazon Glacier additionally supports security standards and compliance certifications together with SEC Rule 17A4, PCI DSS, HIPAA, HITECH, FedRAMP, EU GDPR, and FISMA. And Amazon Glacier Vault lock permits warm storage capabilities, serving to satisfy compliance needs for nearly every administrative body around the globe. Another benefit for Amazon Glacier is quick retrievals. Amazon Glacier provides 3 retrieval choices to suit the use case. First one, facilitated retrievals generally return information in 1 to 5 minutes and are better for active archive use cases. Normal retrieval generally complete between 3 to 5 hours work and work well for fewer time sensitive desires like backup data, media rewriting, or semi-permanent analytics. Then comes economical, another benefit for Amazon Glacier. AWS Glacier intends to very cheap price. AWS object storage category permitting you to archive massive amounts of knowledge at an awfully low price. This makes it possible to retain all the knowledge and the information the user would like to use in cases like data lakes, analytics, IoT, machine learning, compliance, and media plus archiving. Here, you pay just for what you would like with no minimum commitments or upfront fees. Then, what are the uses of Amazon Glacier or AWS Glacier? First one is digital storage, then scientific data storage, healthcare information archiving, regulatory and compliance archiving is another use of Amazon Glacier, then magnetic tape replacement. Then now, what is the difference or what is that two types of storage in Amazon Web Services? The first one is S3 and the other one is Glacier. We all know what S3 is and now we know what Glacier is. So, Amazon S3 versus Amazon Glacier, the comparison. When you set out to design your first AWS hosted application, you will need to consider the possibility of data loss. While you may have designed a highly resilient and durable solution, this would not necessarily protect you from administrative mishaps, data corruption, or malicious attacks against the system. This can only be mitigated with an effective backup strategy. Thanks to Amazon's simple storage service and its younger sibling Amazon Glacier, here you have the right services at hand to establish a cost-effective yet practical backup solution. Unlike Amazon's elastic block storage or the local file system of your traditional PC, where data is managed in a directory hierarchy, Amazon S3 treats data as individual objects. The abstraction away from the lower layers of storage and the separation of data from its metadata comes with a number of benefits. For one, Amazon can provide a highly durable storage service for the fraction of the cost of block storage. You also only pay for the amount of storage you actually use. Therefore, you do not need to second guess and pre-allocate disk space. Lifecycle rules within S3 allows you to manage the life cycle of the objects stored on S3. After a set of period of time, you can either have your objects automatically delete or archived off to Amazon Glacier. Lifecycle rules will help your storage cost by controlling the life cycle of your objects. Create lifecycle rules to automatically archive your objects to the Glacier storage class and remove them after a specified time period. Choose different options below to see what works best for the use case. No rule will take effect until you activate them at the end of this wizard. Now, how you store? We are taking this example here, that action on objects. Here archive and then permanently delete. You can also hide it. Then archive to Glacier storage class. This days after, you can determine after how many days after the object's creation date. That means if you have created today, then after 90 days, as per the example, this particular data which you or object which you have created will be stored into Amazon Glacier after this time. This rule could reduce your storage cost. Here you can have more of the thing. This is a screenshot of this particular archiving thing. Now here you can note that objects archived to the Glacier storage class are not immediately accessible. That is why it is Amazon Glacier, because it goes to cold storage then. Now you can also permanently delete. There is an option, if you do not want to store in Amazon Glacier, you can permanently delete after some days if you want, and objects creation. Now here you can assume the rule, or you can set the rule for the target bucket. Archive the Glacier storage class 10 days after creation date. Permanently delete 100 days after creation date. So day 0, then object upload. Day 10, rule takes effect, object storage class Glacier, because we have determined here 10 days. Then day 100, rule takes effect and then object is deleted. Amazon Glacier is marketed by AWS as extremely low cost storage because the retrieval from that storage is slow. The cost per terabyte of storage and month is again only a fraction of the cost of S3. Amazon Glacier is pretty much designed as a write once, retrieves never, or rather rarely service. This is reflected in the pricing, where extensive restores come at an additional cost and the restore of objects require lead times of up to 5 hours. Amazon S3 with Glacier versus Amazon Glacier. At this stage, we need to highlight the difference between the pure Amazon Glacier service and the Glacier storage class with Amazon S3. S3 objects that have been moved to Glacier storage using S3 lifecycle policies can only be accessed, or shall I say restored, using the S3 API endpoints. As such, they are still managed as objects within S3 buckets instead of archives within vaults, which is the Glacier terminology. This differentiation is important when you look at the cost of the services. While Amazon Glacier is much cheaper than S3 on storage, charges are approximately 10 times higher for archive and restore request. This is reiterating the store once, retrieve seldom pattern. Amazon also reserves 32 KB of or for metadata per archive within Glacier instead of 8 KB per object in S3. both of which are charged back to the user. This is important to keep in mind for the backup strategy, particularly if here you are storing a large number of small files. If those files are unlikely to require restoring in the short term, it may be more cost effective to combine them into an archive and store them directly within Amazon Glacier. Now, the tooling. Fortunately enough, there is a large variety of tools available on the web that allow you to consume AWS S3 and Glacier services to create backup of the data. They reach from standalone local PC to enterprise storage solutions. Just bear in mind, whatever third party tool you are using, you will need to enable access to your AWS account. You need to ensure that the backup tool only gets the minimum amount of access to perform its duties. For this reason, it is best to issue a separate set of access keys for this purpose. You may also want to consider the backup of your data to an entirely independent AWS account. Depending on your individual risk profile and considering that your backups tend to provide the last resort recovery options after a major disaster, it may be wise to keep those concerns separated, particularly to protect yourself against cases like code spaces who kept all their data within a single account that was eventually destroyed. Now, finally, which one is better or which one is used most? Amazon S3 versus Amazon Glacier. Since Amazon S3 and Glacier are available worldwide through public API endpoints, the possibilities are nearly limitless. Additionally, enterprises can make use of the AWS storage gateway to back up your on-premise data in AWS.